Guys, so for this week I decided to go for the top 3 Night Stalker. We're gonna be dealing with the rainbow for this week, Forest of Echoes. Now if you're wondering why I call it rainbow, it is because there is void, arc, and solar. Nights are solar. We got these Cabal Takens as arc that shoot blights of tracking of death. Then we got acolytes with the void. Then let's not forget the wizards as void. There's going to be a lot of shields, and basically you will have to have weapons where you can break the shields, or weapons that can break the shields very easily like Telesto, fusions, obelisks, etc. But for this week I decided to just try with the Ticuu, clear down the ads, because now we're definitely going to clear them out. Now yes, I know I could have go invisible and pass through these ads, yes I understand, but honestly I'm going to clear down the ads in this video, and I'm not going to really turn invisible so much at this part, since trying to do this on Warlock and Titan of passing through his ads wouldn't be the best idea, to be honest. And one thing I will say, it is best to clear out all the ads, even if you are a Night Stalker. Turning invisible, these knights, these acolytes can go inside the building when trying to complete the first beacon, so I would highly recommend to take down these acolytes, these solar knights, as much as you can, even if you have the ability to turn invisible. Yes I know Night Stalker can turn invisible, yes I know that, but they can go inside the building and make your life horrible, because the building is just very small. It's really frustrating to find little hideouts, because we'll be dealing with a lot of solar knights. And there are safe spots you can go for Warlock, for Titan, but as you guys know I am using a sword. I was gonna go for the lament, but the problem is I don't have the Osmosis, sidearm, or pulse rifle, because I want to go for the arc strider method, but because I accidentally deleted my sidearm I had to go with the pisons, and of course I have to use the top 3 to get away from these solar knights. Now if you are planning to go for the Warlock, I do recommend going for Carnivorous Hold with the Void Walker Warlock, because you can just manipulate, spam grenades, get your healing rift, etc, and it'll make your life much easier. Another thing I recommend is using Telesto. You can also use the Hard Light. Hard Light is also another good weapon, so you can switch around with the shields. Also a machine gun can also work as well. Now this run is a little messy. I do want to mess around with using the Void Sword, but honestly I was trying to go for the lament better, but like I said, I needed a Osmosis, sidearm, or pulse rifle to deal with the void acolytes. So if you do have an Osmosis, pulse rifle, and a sidearm, then go for the lament. Now I am using the sword only for hunter. I am running around the map, trying to find a good angle. You can also break the shield and then just use heavy attack towards the knights. Now I didn't do it so much here, but I do want to show how these knights are, and they can be very aggressive, super aggressive, when you don't take them down really fast. So it's just a little example. And then of course I turn invisible to pull back, because these solar knights are the problem. So mainly there's going to be ways of ads. There's going to be Overload Champion, and then we're gonna have the wizard. Now the bad thing about this sword is really not good with wizards that are floating in the air. Now I could have used my tether dealing with the solar knights, but the problem is I need to blind the wizard because this wizard melts pretty bad. You could of course throw smoke, but sometimes it bounces off because of the void shield. And this is the part where these void sword can be pretty frustrating to use when the wizard's floating. Now the good news is mainly the wizard, the one we just destroyed, that's the only main problem. Now there is going to be another wizard, but the health is very little. So once you take down the wizard, then this beacon is going to be pretty much not so bad as it looks. So you saw there, we took down the Overlord Champion. Make sure you do take down the Solar Knights. And there's going to be, of course, Thralls, which they don't have a shield. Mainly Thralls don't have a shield in this area, but Acolytes do. And they are extremely dangerous, so always be aware. The spot where I am is the safest, but like I said, if I'm Warlock, you could pop a healing thread, and then you have to move around, make sure you take down these Acolytes, because they do push you, even if you're in this spot. And another thing I'd like to mention is sometimes you walk out of the building and they can sneak up on you, which can be a bit annoying. Now, I will say Forest Echo is my least favorite area. I don't know why. I would say the other two are one of my favorites, but this is probably my least favorite. Maybe because the first beacon is very small, you have to move around, and there are spots you can take cover, but definitely highly recommend Void. Mainly there are more Void than Solar and Arc, so recommend you have a strong or a really good Void weapon for this Shadowed Realm. For this week, Void is mainly the main requirement. Or being a Void subclass, let's just say for Warlock, will be the main requirement. Now, as I said before, there is a wizard, and the sword isn't that great in the air. You will have to double jump, by the way. Double jump to take down the wizard, then use the finisher. So that's the only bad thing about this sword, is it's not really good dealing with wizards in the air, but it is good for the boss. So if you are wondering if this weapon is good for the boss, then it is. It's very good for the boss, but honestly, I would just go for the lament if you do have the Osmosis sidearm. Now, once we do complete the first beacon, I decided to go for the second beacon, and I got kinda lost. I was trying to see if I can find another shortcut, but it didn't work out. So make sure you go to the other shortcut from the left side, not this way, because I was trying to see if I can find a shortcut somewhere around this area, but it didn't work out. And like I said, this is my least favorite. Forest Echo is my least favorite area, so I was just trying to see if I could find another shortcut, but it didn't work out. So just go to the left side, and then you'll probably be at the beacon way more faster than me. So because the shortcut wasn't working out, as you can see here, then I was like, oh, okay, well, the shortcut I was trying to go did not work out. So decided to go back to the shortcut where I was supposed to go in the beginning. And just be aware to look at the truth sight, because the truth sight can disappear and you could get trapped. So because my truth sight was about to disappear, I was debating, should I go over here or is it too late? You can see I'm just going back and forth, so my bad about that. Then I was trying to figure out, this was my first time, By the way, I was trying to figure out where can I go, right? And there's actually a little mini path where you can go on top of the hill. This was new to me, by the way, so I was just trying to figure out, do some little tests on the platform so I won't slip. So you can see I was just testing out, seeing does this work? Okay, works. So because this method seems to be working, then I guess this will be the best way to go to the shortcut. Also, I am not using stompies, by the way, so you can get on top of this cliff without stompies. Just to let everyone know, since I know stompies are one of the most popular exotics for hunters, and you can jump into platforms where regular hunter jump just doesn't work out so much. Now the second beacon is the one that I had a little trouble. I mean, not too much because we are using the power of invisibility. Now for the second beacon, there is a lot of snipers, and snipers can push you. Yeah, for some reason the snipers can be aggressive and they can push towards you and have these trackings hurt you, which you will see very soon. Now mainly there is a lot of arc, and you guys see my loadout, there is no arc. I am using the power of Ticuu and using the sword to break the shields. Now if ads are getting out of control, you can turn invisible and go behind a rock, and that's what mainly I did. I went behind a rock and then take down these arc balls with the sword, turn invisible, and then pull back to the rock. Now the rock seems the safest path, but like I said, if ads are getting out of control, as you can see here, ads are getting out of control, I just turn invisible and then go to the other side. But because ads were still shooting at the safe spot, my second safe spot, I decided to go behind a rock and see if I can take down these arc knights. And there is an unstoppable champion. Now unstoppable champions will push you, and there is an ogre, so I was trying to persuade this unstoppable champion to walk towards me so I can use a sword and definitely can take him down. Now there was a lot of snipers and ogre in the way, so I did not want to push, so I decided to go to the other side, take down this arc captain since it does shoot blight, and then just be patient and take down the unstoppable champion when it does push me. So you can see it did sneak up on me, stagger the champion, and then take him down quickly with the sword. Now the ogre seemed to be safe to take down, so because he was behind a rock, no snipers can shoot me yet. Then I thought about just taking him down as well. Now another thing I'd like to mention, Ticuu can track the blights, just to let you know, with hip firing. If the blight's really getting close, you can use the hip fire to take down the blight. Now there's going to be the next waves of ads, and this one can be a little tricky because remember when I said that the snipers, the taken hobgoblins, can go aggressive and then just snipe you and shoot you, and then when you try to do DPS, it starts to have this weird attack, the trackings. Yeah, so these taken hobgoblins can walk around the map and they can push towards your hiding spot, which is very, very annoying, but you can hide behind this little wall and then just keep spamming Ticuu. Just always remember, if your health is on red, then you just turn invisible and go behind the other rock. There is also a sniper that I would highly recommend to take down. All depends of your surroundings, which you can see that These hobgoblin takens are extremely aggressive and they can push towards you. So everything seems to be alright. I was just trying to take down these taken goblins because they are a mess. Definitely a big mess. You can see they can snipe me. We have another ad, hobgoblins from the right side. Well, scions, my bad. And they are extremely aggressive. Well, not as bad as corrupted. There is, of course, a overload champion. So there are around 2 champions at the second beacon. So make sure you take them down. I was just trying to take down the goblins, and of course the overload champion was almost enraged, so be aware that sometimes this overload champion can be aggressive. Then I decided to take down the overload champion quickly because I did not want the overload champion to generate health, and there was just so many taken goblins, hobgoblins. I just had to be super cautious. So as you see here, you can just use the power of the sword. I would prefer lament, but like I said, I don't have an Osmosis sidearm or pulse rifle, and the loadout idea would have been much more faster and easier. Now the beacon is completed, so you can just take advantage of the invisibility and go to the boss fight. Now the boss fight isn't so bad, but there is some weird bugs which I would like to talk about. I was having some weird bugs during the next phase of the boss where they just appear in front of me, behind me, right side. Like, they do jump on platforms, right? But sometimes they just lag behind me, and it was just very awkward. Now, as you can see here, yes, I said that, you can take down these hobgoblins. Now, these goblins seem to have void shields. When you do take them down, you can do DPS at the boss. Well, the corrupted boss. You know, the boss from corrupted, basically. Then you can just move to a platform to clear down ads. Now, I will say that it is very awkward because these ads jump too. They teleport. So, like I said, it is kind of odd. The boss room is very odd. They teleport around. I'm not really sure, because I was thinking maybe standing in the middle of the island would be better. But then again, the boss is in the middle of the map, so I was thinking maybe I should have went to the opposite side. So it was kind of weird that these ads were teleporting everywhere, and I did not like that. You know me, I don't like bugs like this. And maybe that's why this is my least favorite knife, well, least favorite Shadow Realm. Because they're just teleporting. Like, look at that. Seriously, did you see that? Did you see a taken scion behind me? Look, over here. It's like these scions, like, over here, Blitz. No, over here, over here, over here, over here. Like, that is ridiculous. I mean, imagine a Titan on this. Imagine that. Oh, I'll have to go bottom tree Sunbreaker to get rid of these scions teleporting me left and right. Or maybe Thunder Crash would be another better choice. Maybe I could try to one-shot. Well, maybe I could 2-phase or 1-phase the boss, which I have not tested out, but maybe next time I will for Titan. So when you do clear down the ads, then you can go towards the highlight acolytes. They're the ones that you see that are highlight. You need to take them down. That way the boss's shield will be gone. Now be aware of these taken cabals where they can shield you. Well, they can push you off the map. Now I decided to just move over here, and you notice that the boss does move around. And having like a void bow, let's just say, would be another good will be another good idea, especially for the boss fight. Now there are champions which you can take down if you want to, but in this situation I would say just take them down since they do follow you and they do hop around. Yes, these champions actually can hop around the islands, which is pretty hilarious. So this is another reason why I decided to go for double sword ammo. So when I do take down champions, majors, etc., then I can have more ammo for my sword. Alright, so I decided to turn invisible and take down the shields because I just want this boss to be done. So like I said, this sword is really good for the boss. You can see here that I'm doing DPS at the boss, not so bad. And then we finally defeated the boss. Now, just to let everyone know, you must go claim the prize or free Petra's minion. That way the timer will stop and then you'll get the tramp of completing the Shadow of the Realm under 25 minutes. So like I said, this run isn't the cleanest. I would prefer using lament, to be honest. But there you go, we got the tramp for under 25 minutes. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.